Let's jump into it. What's going on, traders? What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Happy Friday. Before we jump into the charts and some trading, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say here or anywhere else in my content or anywhere is financial advice or a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. This is all for entertainment purposes only. I'm just an idiot yapping on YouTube. Make sure you also read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links in my content. Let's hop onto these charts, man. We got rolling for this Friday. I will also be announcing the winners of the Tradeify giveaway. If you want a last ditch effort to jump in on that, I'm going to throw the link in the chat right now. Hang on one second, guys. It's on Twitter. No purchase necessary. I'm going to be doing the random drawing at the end of this. Here we go. Boom. There it is. If you guys want to hop in on that, you got to retweet, like, the instructions on there. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. But I'm going to be giving away 2 Tradeify 50K. I think they are growth accounts. Yeah, 50K growth accounts. Towards the end of the stream, I'll do that live. So you guys can't say, oh, everybody always cries. Oh, he gave it to his friends. All right. Do it live here with you guys so we know what's up. So let's take a look at MES. We are opening up right here, right now. Are we going to sell off? Continue this sell off to the bottom? Someone mentioned Trump is great. I got Bookmap tripping out again. Someone from my community mentioned Trump is scheduled to speak sometime after the open. That could be a little bit dicey. But let's take a look at some top-down analysis. We have 9:45 news, so I'm not going to look to get involved like right off the rip here. We have, show you what I'm looking at. 9:45 Chicago PMI. This isn't major, right? You know, orange folder news event, nothing crazy. But I typically do like to wait for that 15-minute opening range to set. So on a day where we also have news right at 9:45, it's kind of just like another reason to wait the first 15 minutes rather than just blasting right into a trade. But we'll get some analysis. We'll continue to mark up charts. If something presents itself that's really beautiful, I'm not going to say that I won't take it, but more than likely we'll be waiting. So yeah, let's go out to the daily. Take a look at the daily candles real quick. Appreciate you guys hopping on this Friday, man. Friday, February 28th, last day of the month. Are we going to make it a bloody one? I don't know, but we're fixing to find out, as they say down in the South. We know what the market's been looking like, right? If we zoom out on the daily, this is kind of choppy. This is kind of sideways back and forth. And somewhat weak. We are failing to get above highs here, right? We did test and crack just above this by a few points. We know what happened as of recent. We've been selling off really all the way down below this first level in the sand that I was looking at, right? This, these high 59, 50s to 60s got down below that, really have been getting down below everything. And here we are opening up. We have a bearish candle pushing to the downside right now. This is looking pretty sketchy, guys. This is looking pretty weak. I would say this is not looking strong. This is not an uptrend. This is looking weak. So from a daily perspective, after a really large move to the downside yesterday, we are opening up right now below prior day low. So completely low, below the entire range of yesterday after a big push down. This is looking extremely weak. If we start to break this, I think we could be in for some really tough price action on the downside. Here we go, pushing lower right here, right now. As we start to drop down just a little bit lower, yeah, man, opening up with some gnarly candles. I'm not going to be the first seller, but hit the sell button. I've seen a lot of guys complaining on Twitter, and how do I get into this? How do I find a way in when it just sells off from the open? And everyone's response is just press the sell button. Very weak overall, right? We did have some consolidation right here. We really didn't come back up to test these lows. Obviously, we haven't had a chance to just yet. I think this could be an area that we revisit today before we sell off if we don't just break to the downside and blast off from here. But you can see where we have prior days, NYSE session VWAP, current session VWAP and New York session VWAP, we are below all three. They are all lining up to the downside. Back below VWAP, coming down to this overnight low, below prior day low. Again, not to get too repetitive, but everything is calling for extreme weakness right now from a technical standpoint. That's what I'm seeing on the chart. Higher time frames, more zoomed out, I think you could make some argument for consolidation, which we have seen. But right here, this is all lining up to the downside, and shorts right now for me are the play. I want to be real cautious hitting the buy button. If we broke above this overnight high level, I think there is a clean run up again towards these, let's call it 925s would be like the low end of this zone. Yeah, 925s, that would be a run up above overnight high, like just complete conversely if we started to push higher. In between here and there, I'm not looking long. So again, not going to be the first seller in the first minute of NYSE session open. We talked about, we do have news at 9:45 a.m. Be a little bit cautious of that. But this may just start to waterfall to the downside. We are not seeing sellers back off on this thing. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Cracking overnight low. Good morning, good morning. Turn down the music. Is the music hella loud? Let me turn that down a little bit. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. Name one good prop firm. You got a lot of demands this morning, my friend. Topstep and Tradeify are the two prop firms that I'm trading with. I would do your own research and decide what a good prop firm is. I got you. Let me know if that's better. If it's like horribly loud, I will still turn it down lower. I don't get good feedback from OBS on streaming it, but yeah, Topstep, Tradeify, hop in the free Discord. If you're not in the free Discord, I got firms that I'm affiliated with, and you can make a decision on using maybe a code, benefit me, benefit yourself, or don't. But you can check out the ones that I have on there. I'd be looking at Topstep and Tradeify if I didn't have any prop firm accounts. Topstep's been pretty solid. We do have some more rule changes, information on live accounts coming out of them from yesterday. That was pretty interesting. But so far, Topstep has been pretty sweet. Never had an issue with them. Tradeify, I am working with right now, working my way towards some solid profit in their straight to funded accounts. Solid bounce at overnight low, really just swept below and pushed to the upside here, back above prior day low. Right back up to VWAP. Not a magical line that I have drawn on my chart. This is an objective level. You can mark it on your chart every day. This is why I do market. Again, I'm not looking long on this until we start to crack above overnight high and really show some strength, with which this is a lot of strength right off the bottom. 1 minute chart, so easily could be break and retest, could be come up here sweep before continuation lower, but right through New York VWAP, pushing back up to session VWAP. Yeah, so I'm more inclined today to just wait the 15 minutes. Like I was showing, we do have 9:45 news, 9:45 a.m. Eastern, which is coming up in less than 10 minutes. It is orange folder, medium impact, Chicago PMI. It's not like, a federal funds rate or NFP or something like that. It's not crazy, but if I'm usually waiting for the 15-minute opening range and we have news at 15 minutes, at the 9:45 a.m. mark, do I really want to blast in beforehand? I said I would if I saw something nice, but yeah, this is volatile, guys. Wow. Wow, that's a pretty volatile movement out of ES. Yeah, so this is going to be size down and control risk. You can still trade the same way that you're going to trade, but I'd be really cautious of sizing. And I got caught on it yesterday. I jumped directly in, was a little bit too heavy, and had to immediately trim, and I probably would be caught on that again. Like, this is again, it's ES, right? So not comparing to NQ, but this is a pretty volatile movement for what we've been seeing out of ES. So I'd be cautious with that. If you're trading with, you know, 1 mini or whatever, 20 micros, it might be sized down a little bit to get your stop loss and take profit in the same spot. Be cautious of that. Let's see, man. Right back to VWAP and a clean rejection. Man, the levels and tools are holding up, but there's no magic there. It's just the basic stuff that everybody looks at. So let's see what we get, man. Again, we start blasting above overnight high. We like sweep overnight low, blast, you know, above the highs from Asia and London. I am interested long back towards this level right here, back towards, like I said, the 925s. I think we could get some structure to the upside that might present that. That would be counter to the higher time frame trend. But I think there's some opportunity from this level to this level if we show strength above session VWAP on the 1-minute chart. I'd prefer to be looking at a sell because that does just line up better for me and how I'm interpreting this higher time frame price action and structure. But we will flow with the market. We'll see what the market has for us. Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tried to make something work on this BS price action. London session got smoked. Personal daily loss limit. Tried to force trade, stupid ones. Sorry to hear that, brother. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, just take it easy then. If you hit your loss limit, you're done for the day. You know, that's it. So stay out. Just stay out. Don't keep pushing it. It's Friday. I literally post the same thing. Don't F it up Friday. I've been posting that. I see more traders have issues on Friday than any other day. Don't know if it's just decision fatigue or trying to push into the weekend, but Friday is the everybody blows it type of day. So I'm going to try not to do that live here with you guys. I'm going to look for a good trade or 2 or 3, whatever presents itself, but not try to do anything crazy. Music is fine. Better now, man. Definitely use your code. Yeah, crazy volume. All right. Yeah, guys, if you can't hear me or the music's too loud or whatever, just let me know. I'll change it up. If you are interested in Tradeify, straight to funded accounts, boom, here's your 30% off. Today is the last day that they are running, at least for right now, I think. They are running a 30% off deal on all accounts. Nice, just right. Straight to funded stuff, again, started trading with them a couple weeks ago, or yeah, really just 2 weeks ago, and no complaints so far. Obviously, I want to go through the entire process and kind of see what it looks like when it comes time to get paid out, how quick that is, you know, all of that fun stuff. But I've been working with that consistency rule, linking Tradeify to TradingView, just kind of, you know, some differences between Topstep and Topstep X that I'm on right here, where I am copy trading 5 funded accounts with you guys. I got my Tradeify loaded up right here. Same chart, same markup that I'm looking at. Took a trade with you guys yesterday on this one as well, and I will look to do that today as well. So cracked back up to VWAP after selling off right at the open. Resistance found, not wanting to get above at all. You know, here's your really early play before 945. As we start to come back down through New York session VWAP, you say, I think this thing's going to run to the downside. You know, bears are in store. You wait for some closures down here, and you find your way in short, you know, targeting a move to the downside. Just a little bit early for me. I want to see what happens around this range. I'm not going to catch it from up here. If we start to sell off really aggressively, I'm not going to be in the move, right? That's the risk that you run. But I would be looking for, you know, more structure to the downside. I don't know what's up with Topstep X, like changing all of my settings, but it did it yesterday. Like cleared everything and reset everything. But anyway, I'd be looking for something along these lines. You know, we really start to aggressively come lower. Obviously, it doesn't have to look like this exactly, but I'd be waiting for more structure to the downside because we could continue to do what we're doing now, right? Come back up to VWAP, chop around, get above overnight high. Outside of this overnight range is kind of what I'm looking at. Once we get this 9:45 a.m. news, which we have coming up, 9:45 orange folder, Chicago PMI, nothing crazy, but it's something to pay attention to. But I appreciate you guys hopping on here with me. Smash the like button if you're on here, man. If you like live trading, you like hanging out with me here on a Friday morning, seeing if we can't make some damn money, copy trading some funded accounts, smash the like button, help me out. I'm back. I don't think YouTube is going to kick me off for accidentally playing copyrighted music. Again, if your YouTube algorithm, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by it. I just didn't want to have just me breathing into a microphone be the background music while I'm live trading here. So, but it was giving me problems yesterday for sure. Meanwhile, I'm playing copyright-free music specifically so I don't have that issue. All right, we got about 30 seconds to this 9:45 a.m. news. Let's see how this opens up. This is the initial range. It's not set yet till we get past 9:45 a.m. It's coming up. Looks like that's going to be it right here. But we're likely to see some volatility in the next 30 seconds. Looking at Bookmap. Quite a bit of orders above, man. This looks like a break and run to the upside. Quick look. I'm going to watch the chart for now just because I want to see how this plays out. Just move this for now. I want to see how this plays out on this 9:45 news if we do get a lot of volatility. But I'll show you Bookmap. We have orders stacked above all the way up to the 920s. All the way up here. This looks like we want to head to the upside if I was just basing off of Bookmap. Bookmap liquidity. There's our 945. That's our 15-minute opening range, high and low. Nothing. A whole lot of nothing out of Chicago PMI. 9:45 a.m. news. That's not a lot. Show you guys what I'm looking at real quick on Bookmap. Quite a few levels above on the book. We do have some stuff way down below. That's a big stack of orders. If you don't know what this is level 2 data. This is order flow. Bookmap's my favorite order flow tool. We have price levels and then quantity of live resting orders, aka liquidity, on the book. This is some algorithmic stuff that I really don't pay attention to, right above and below price. These are resting orders, sell side for ES here today. This is live, and this is historical. Price in the middle, volume bubbles, volume down here, a couple of the volume tools, cumulative volume delta, different volume profiles, but this is the main DOM. This is your current order book, your ladder, your price levels, and then this is just displaying it in a nice fancy heat map. You might say liquidity sucks and order flow is useless. And that's totally cool. I don't think you have to use any order flow to be profitable, but I do find it helpful to be aware of this type of stuff, kind of secondary information. But that's interesting to see quite a few stacks of orders to the upside, all the way up to that 920 level, right? The area that I was looking at if we were going to pull back up towards those lows. So this does look like we have sellers that want to get filled up above price. Interested to see as we start to come above, what this may look like. So run this over here on the side. Yeah, we come back above 15-minute opening range high. We hold New York VWAP. It'd be a pretty dicey play to take, but I think even if we are going to break lower really aggressively, we may pull up here first. We may pull up here, take everybody out that's getting short first, and then continue. But I'm not going to do anything too aggressive. I'd probably wait for us to be continuing to the upside to do that. Testing prior day low, testing New York session VWAP. Somewhat holding for now. Yeah, this looks tasty for a long. We get long on this, guys. This is, I'm looking at this as prior day low holding after being tested multiple times. I'm going to go a fairly wide stop loss. We got buyers stepping right back in with some momentum off of this session VWAP, which seems to be holding as support. I'm trading from high in this 15-minute opening range for a breakout above and continuation towards overnight high and potentially even higher. Not a whole lot of risk, right? 2 micros. We could immediately come and get stopped out. This could just be super duper choppy in here. But I'm buying into that momentum, coming back above session VWAP on the 1 minute and looking for a breakout to the upside. Stop below this level here. I would let it chop around in this area of high volume, you know, come down and test prior day low again. If it has to get me out for $167.50 across these times 5, I should say, I'm out for that first trade. Again, this is counter to the movement from a higher time frame view, where we may just come right through this aggressively. We may hold VWAP and come right through to the sell side. We're not going to pull up here, check any of this stuff out, check out, you know, any of these orders up here, and I'm taking a buy on a day where I should just be looking short. But that's my first play. That's my initial play. Going to trust my stop. Not going to manage this one. Again, volatile. We got a lot of back and forth movement. Should play out pretty quickly either way. But that's trade number 1 for the day. Long from 58.82 and a half. Stop at 58.65 and 3/4. See what we get from here. We got a trade on. I think that's the opportunity, right? If we blast to the upside, no opportunity to take it. I took it on this push back up, coming through VWAP. Stop loss below this level. If we don't continue, we come down. I'm either going to get chopped up before we move to the upside, or I'm just dead wrong, and this is all going to hold as resistance, and we are going to sell off really aggressively, leaving this liquidity up here. But Bookmap, as a secondary piece of information with a lot of orders up above, I do like. So we'll see how this one plays, right? Put our trades on, take our L's in stride. Don't have to operate with any massively high win rate. I sure as hell do not. So we'll see. Had some nice green trades so far this week. But L's are part of it, man. The red stuff is part of it. Most of the time it's a sell-off Friday. I don't know that I completely agree with that. That most of the time Friday is a sell-off. I don't know what the statistics are behind that. But since we're selling off all week, maybe we pull back Friday. You never know. Yeah. Overall, again, like I'm talking about, higher time frame, very weak. Right. Down on the days. Down week over week, day over day. I'm trading the 1 minute chart buy side here, which is counter to that overall trend. Like I said, I'd rather be short, but this is setting up as a buy for me, at least for right now. And I've got Bookmap giving me somewhat of additional confidence that we have a lot of orders up here. Would I be long all day on this for a huge trend to the upside? No, I don't think so. I'd be really cautious as soon as we started to break above overnight high. This is not something that I would hold for a really, really long period of time. If we do, before we turn down and stop me out. But I'm just looking for a push up based on all the reasons that I described. Oftentimes I do note that Fridays are this kind of slow trending day. After we figure out which way we want to move, we do just pull this slow grind drift for Friday, and it can present a lot of opportunity. It can be a little bit difficult to get into. But yeah, that's kind of my thought process. Good insights, man. Good insights. So we'll see what we get here. Again, I'm trading this for a break to the upside. Struggling here around VWAP, not breaking out. Would have liked to see it already happen on this, candle right here that I was jumping into. Not coming lower just yet, but failing to get above really these 85s, these 58 85s, and we just keep pulling back off. I think if we do break, we could see a nice pop, and we might see some momentum to the upside. Conversely, we come lower. I think we may come lower aggressively, really aggressively, in which case I'm taking a stop out. Totally cool. Check the first box off, and then wait to see if we get some structure to the downside. Can we just sweep this low again before blasting off? Sure. I think that's less likely to happen, right? We already came all the way down, swept overnight low. Buyers took it immediately back up after selling off into it. But this is choppy so far. Choppy around VWAP. Still have orders on the book above price. Really like to see us start to run into it, but we'll see. We'll see what we get, man. Got to take my trades. One thing that I've noted in my journal personally is I'm a little bit more risk averse when it comes to putting the trade on. I don't really suffer from impatience so much as I suffer from waiting too long. Suffer from maybe like hesitation, right? Like I see the setup, I know it's valid, but then I wait and the thing just rips without me. You know, maybe for fear of it reversing or just not having enough confirmation or whatever that, you know, reasoning is. If you're someone that finds you're putting trades on too quickly, you are suffering from impatience, you know, you got to slow yourself down a little bit. So for me, trying to challenge myself, you know, maybe I wait for the 15-minute opening range to set like I've been doing. But once I see the first setup, once I get an opportunity, you know, only have a limited amount of time to trade on here. If there's a trade in front of me, if there's some opportunity that may present itself with a nice way to structure risk, I got to put that trade on. You know, that's the deal. But yeah, still quite a bit of liquidity above, failing to get above this. The more that we consolidate here and we see this kind of wiggly volatility, I do think the more we have for a potential wick lower, either just turning in direction and continuing lower, or at least just coming down to take me out. I always like to make the case for the other side of my trade. The case for it is this is holding some nice uptrend structure, at least right here, right now. We are breaking to the downside right now. Holding above NYSE session VWAP. We have been for now. Holding above prior day low after coming to test it a couple times. Forming a bit of a level here. Looking like we could potentially break to the upside. But would have liked to see that happen here and here already. Not breaking. Coming down. Need this to hold. We come through this level. Yeah, we might see some really, really quick movement to the downside. But again, this one, not going to actively manage. I got to trust my stop on this. If I tighten up or just clip it here, I'm definitely not giving it any room to breathe. I'd like to be way, way down below this. That's just too much risk to put on a day like today, where I would be looking then for a huge move to the upside. At this level, running a, what am I at, 82.5 to 65.75. Yeah, running a 16.75 point stop. That's about wide enough for me. Got to get stopped. It's choppy. I'm in too early, and market just is not going to agree with me. Not going to play nice. But we'll wait and see. Wait and see if we have to take this first L. Checking out Bookmap over on the side. Yeah, buyer's not breaking the upside. At least not just yet. Not just yet, my friends. Let's see. We're going to blast through prior day low. Getting kind of wiggly down here. Decision's going to be made at a certain point. We're either going to come through this level quickly, I think, all the way down, back near overnight low, 15-minute opening range low, which is kind of looking like what's going to happen here, out of this area of high volume, out of this area of consolidation, or we're going to tick back up and continue higher, but this is looking kind of dicey right now. Yep. Yeah, just can't find buyers out of this zone just yet. Would love to see it happen because we have so much clean liquidity above. There are so many orders to the upside on ES that this would be a really, really nice movement to the upside if we can actually start to get back above this 50. If we can crack this 15-minute opening range high, I should say, back above VWAP with some force, this will look really good. I'm actually wishing my stop loss was way below the session low. This is something I'd like to hold on to. I don't have the risk structure to put that on right now. Too much. So I'm gonna leave it where it is. It's not terrible, but this is clean to the upside. When I see stuff like this on Bookmap, again, I take a very dumb guy approach to Bookmap. I look at these levels, and based on what I see from watching it every day, they seem to react in a similar way. When we have lots of orders on the book like this, not a super far distance, like all the way down here, all the way down here, it's just not as likely that we move away from them without going to grab them. It just seems that, like, again, not talking about auction theory or liquidity and really what it means for the market, just talking about it like an idiot. When I see big stuff like this on here, when I see these bright lines, a lot of times we like to go and grab those bright lines before we do something else. Oftentimes those bright lines do act as resistance. Like if we come up above, these are sell orders. As we come up into them, they can potentially act like resistance. So you do have to be cautious. We don't always just rip through them like we were yesterday to the downside. But this is, this is additional confidence to say, hey, we start to push to the upside. There's fuel to this fire if we're going to indeed continue. If we're not just going to kind of sweep highs and then break back down. But looking okay so far. We got some buying volume. You can see it with the bubbles. You can see it on the traditional volume. Back near break even. Man, just failing to get above this 15-minute opening range high. But like I said, gonna hang on to this one. Not for a huge movement, right? We're counter. Like, if this does continue to move to the upside, I'm taking into consideration this. What direction is this chart moving if I go like that? What direction does that look like? That's how I would, look at this. So from a mid to higher time frame, zoomed out 15-minute, I'm cautious that I am counter that, right? Do I think we're just going to completely disrespect this and blast to the upside today? I don't know. I'm trading the 1-minute chart and looking at some support being found after sweeping overnight low, pushing back up towards maybe overnight high, breaking 15-minute opening range high right here, right now. Got a way to structure risk. I think a movement all the way up near these 20s would be the top end of this this consolidation, but I don't know that I hold that far, right? If I really wanted to hold on for a big movement back up towards, prior day session VWAP, the bottom of this zone, I probably would want to run a stop loss way wide to say, I'm going to allow room to do whatever it's going to do before potentially we make our way up there. For me, it's a little bit tighter. I'm probably not going to be able to realize that full movement. But back in the money, at least for right now. Let's see, man. There's certainly risk that we just fix this VWAP. There's certainly risk that we just crack the upside and then aggressively sell off, right? Like if this is going to be a move lower, we could sweep highs, sweep liquidity at any point and really aggressively turn to the downside, right? Like if we are going to break these lows and run, a movement up first and then aggressively lower could certainly be in store. But we don't have that yet, man. Don't have that yet. See if we can't grab something near overnight high. That wouldn't be terrible. That would not be terrible. Yeah, we are coming outside of this area of consolidation. If this is going to continue, would like to see it do it now. This is certainly a risk area. Could grab small profit on this, but I'm going to try to hang on to this for overnight high. If it has to come back down and test VWAP, test this area of high volume again, I hope that I get kept in. But again, definitely cautious and aware that we could turn down from this point after sweeping 15-minute opening range high, come all the way down and just break the other side. But so far we do have some momentum to the upside. Would really like to see this thing continue. There's orders up above. It looks like we can want to go and grab them. Not something that I'm going to go stop loss to break even on. I've been getting conservative with stop loss to break even, and it's been hurting me more than it's been helping me. Watched that play out earlier this week in a super frustrating move where I did get stopped to break even, and then the thing ripped in my direction. But here we go. Seller stepping right back in, aggressively back to VWAP. Really need to see this hold down here. We start to come through. This trade's dead in the water. But I pull back to VWAP and then continuation. I'm definitely holding towards overnight high. But we got sellers stepping right back in to bring this thing all the way back down. Let's see if buyers can pull it higher. Quite a bit of volume on this movement. This could be dangerous. But we got some action today. We got some fun. It's going up. I think they just faked out sellers. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we got. This is volatile, man. It's a lot of back and forth movement. If and when we make a decision, it can be pretty violent. You know, again, like I said, this can rip through my stop. I think if this is going to start to move lower, it's going to happen very, very quickly. Now, we retested VWAP, NYSE session VWAP. We're holding this. This looks good for the buy, unless we pull back and turn here aggressively. We get back above this high. I definitely want to hold towards overnight high. Try to grab a little bit of profit on this. Again, not something that I'm going to hold for a massive movement. If I was going to do that, I'd really want to be wider with a stop loss. I just don't think I'm doing myself justice. But let's see if buyers can take it out of this zone, man. It's very volatile back and forth. You know, we could easily see a wick down here above this high before a movement up. I'm tempted to say that may play today, just because we do have so much back and forth movement. But I'm gonna hold on to this one. Showed me 12 points of profit on a 16 3/4 point risk. Not enough for me to grab it. Overnight high on that push up, we reached that. I was definitely grabbing it, but still looking for something similar there. Dang, guys, I gotta step away. This sucks. I gotta step away for 2 seconds. I'm actually gonna throw a take profit in here, right below overnight high. I don't want to set a take profit, but I do have to step away real quick. Be right back, guys. Stop loss or take profit's gonna play out, so be right back. Back in action here. Coming up to test these highs. I thought someone was knocking at my door, and palm trees falling on my house. I hate when that happens, but I got to do what I got to do while I'm trading. Let's see what this looks like on Bookmap. Now jumping back in. Oh, are we gonna break this thing, man? What are we doing here? Yes. Can we head towards overnight high? I gotta take profit in. I'm just gonna leave that for now. Right below overnight high. We got liquidity up at 95. Ah. Holding so far, man, but we're really finding resistance up here. We come back down through this level without getting above here. This is going to look ugly. I need to see the breakout. I need to see the breakout. Yeah, I'm in Florida, man. I'm in Florida. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one on, guys. Just going to leave it as is for right now. See if we can't get up near these overnight highs. Let's see a push out of this bad boy. 95 could be a problem area. This could be a problem area. So I'm tempted to snag it early. I'm going to watch this on Bookmap and look to manage. Let me make sure I'm set up right. Yeah. Again, we got quite a bit of liquidity's first area at 95. We start to break through this. Again, this could be a really nice play to the upside. I'm not going to look for a huge move. We tested VWAP so many damn times, man. We got to go on this here, or if we come lower, I think we're coming all the way back through this. Gonna trust my stop on this one. You can see I would have been stopped at break even already, or if I closed for a loss down here, would have been back in profit. So I want to see us hold this area. We have to come back and test this. I really don't like it, but I'm gonna leave my stop where it is. But I'll give you my trade management, my thought process. I'd like to see us blast off from here, come through this low volume area towards this overnight high, get through these levels of liquidity up towards the 5,900. Let's see it. Let's see if we can do it. We have to come back through here to this middle ground. I just think it's less likely to play. Bookmap as well. I'll read some of you guys in the chat. Appreciate you being here. Smash the like button. Got some energy on this Friday. NQ making a run for the hills. YM pushing as well. ES is the laggard here. Danger zone right here, guys. Let's see. Gonna come through some of this? This is gonna be a test of patience on this one. This is gonna really test my patience. Just cannot find clean continuation of the upside here. Nothing here so far is a massive reason for concern. We have to come back down on this. I really don't like it, man. I don't want to clip another trade that's gonna turn out to be a winner at break even. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna take a stop out on this one if I have to. That's my play. It's going to be more painful to get stopped to break even and watch this thing continue back up than it will be just allowing it to come all the way back on me. I will let this winner turn into a loser. You guys can manage it as you see fit. If you are looking at a long that's something out of this area, stop loss to break even, preserving capital, trimming here, whatever you want to do, all that is fine. I don't know that I'm going to get a second setup on here with you guys, so I'm just inclined to let this thing play out. We pull all the way back down. We're just chopping so damn much. We come back through VWAP. I think that's pretty ugly, and maybe we start to sell off really, really aggressively, and this is just an initial pull to the upside before we start to sell off. But I just don't want to clip this before I believe we can see the realized move here. Bookmap, watching Bookmap, coming into liquidity right here. Right around the 900s. Can we get the final push out of this thing? Jesus. Excuse my language. Can we get the push through this last level here? Oh, don't do it to me, ES. Don't do it to me. Oh, don't do it to me, ES. Yeah, we're going to be right below, guys. Is it a tick? It's one tick. One tick away from take profit. It's going to be a fun Friday. It's going to be a fun Friday, guys. Yeah, this one's going to be painful. This one's going to be really painful. Can we find some buyers here, or are sellers going to take this thing lower? We came up, we filled some liquidity that was there. I guess we came into it. But that's going to be a pain in the ass. Frustrating. Super frustrating. Yep, if you hopped on, guys, I gotta take this off at break even. I have to. Yep. Gonna be a stop at break even. One tick, guys. Take a look before it goes away. One tick. There it is. I was being a little bit conservative, trying to get just below overnight high there, not looking to be super greedy with it. We had liquidity right up into those 900s. My stop loss, my take profit was just a little bit too far, just a hair too far for this one. Seller stepping right back in. Trade still looks okay to the upside, but I can't let something come that far back on me. I can't let that one run all the way back to stop loss after being over a 1-to-1 in profit. That's past my my comfort level. This still looks good. We may retest VWAP and continue. We're retesting 15-minute opening range high, but this was the trade thesis. It was from way down here. Super frustrating. Great read, great trade. You know, good structure of risk, good hold through all of it. We just did not go and crack the level that I had my take profit marked at. And if I'm going to hold all the way there, I really want to be able to grab the thing. Let's see if buyers are going to try this thing again. But I think this now is going to be more likely just a stop at break even. But again, going farther than a 1-to-1, I can't let that come back all the way to stop me at you know, for a full stop out. I just don't think that is a great sustainable way to trade. Not in a bad spot. We put a little bit of a a higher low in here, holding this structure on the 1 minute. But this looks like we may come back down, and this was going to be the test of this level. Really, really close. Exactly what I was targeting. Just a tick away from the take profit that I set. Right below overnight high. Room for improvement here. Big round number. So getting a little bit below that round number would have made sense. Grabbing profit a few ticks earlier. Just being a little bit more conservative. More aggressive would have been for a break of that. But that's how she goes sometimes, guys. That's how she goes. Frustrating. Super frustrating. What actually happened on ES? Let's see. So we traded out the 5,900 exactly. Sometimes ES does something just a hair different. Yeah, we actually only traded the 899 3/4, so we actually made it a tick higher in MES. But, again, on here for a nice green trade all the way up into profit. Oh, man. Super frustrating. Super frustrating. Again, part of trading, man. It's going to miss your take profit by literally 1 tick. There it is. Stopped at break even. Great trade, great read, good conviction, good stop loss placement. What I would say is good take profit placement on another day. Being a hair more conservative, just a little bit lower on that. Maybe would have played. This still looks like it has room to go to the upside, but that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm not going to play around with this. After that, that's a go on a walk and touch some grass. So, while we're here, let's go ahead and look at the winners of this giveaway. So, here's what we had going on, guys. We had 2 Tradeify accounts up for grabs. This was one of the multiple posts that I made about it. Right here. Like, retweet, follow, all that fun stuff. I'm going to go ahead and run this right now. This way you guys can see that I do it randomly. Using a site that picks it. There we go. Pick a winner. I'm using 2 different posts on here. So if you responded and worked in one of the ones that I had said last giveaway or something like that, worked out good. You got to like, retweet. Gonna pick 2 winners. No crazy other qualifications. So let's see if this works. Live with you guys. Good luck. I hope you win. See if we can't pick 2. That's not working too good. That's great. Not working too good. Let's try this again. Let's try it again. Let's get rid of this. Let's watch the trade come all the way back up after stopping me out and run to the upside. That's exactly what we're going to see on this one. Adding to a super frustrating morning. But that's going to be my trade today. Let's get these tweets rolling. Sorry guys, bear with me. I want to do this live with you. Here is one. Let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. Yo, this is going to run the highs and blast off. This is going to run the highs and blast off. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Last chance to enter. Oh, no, that's not the right one. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Getting ready to do this this Tradeify 2-account giveaway for you guys. Boom. This was the second post. You had to like and retweet. We're going to pick 2 winners. You had to follow me. Don't need any of this crazy stuff. Yep. There's my take profit getting hit, guys. That is unbelievably frustrating. Another case where stop loss to break even did not pay me this week. I'm probably going to stop moving stop loss to break even altogether. Haven't had a recent time in ES where it's helped me. It's really only hurt me. But for the most part, in a trade like this where we come all the way back down after being a tick away from take profit, coming all the way back down through my entry, for the most part, it's not a great way to manage your trades. But I'm going to have to stick to my data on this stuff, and touching my stop loss has not helped me. Not helped me so far. It's another one for that column. So for the most part, I'm probably just going to let them come all the way back on me. All right, let's get it rolling. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it rolling. Yep. Sometimes you're going to be a tick away, and that's just going to be your what would that have been? 177 times 5? Yeah, that was $900 in profit. That was a $900 profit, unfortunately. All right, we got it set. Round 2. Let's make sure we can get this rolling. We're picking a winner for the 2 Tradeify accounts, giving them away. Let's see what we could do. Working this time. Boom, there we go. FX Time 315 and Noah, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but there you go, done on the live. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Boom. Nice. Congratulations if you're on here. I'm guessing that you're not because we had a lot of people enter this one. But I'll be giving away more of these accounts coming up soon, man. If you didn't win this time, you can definitely win next time. Follow me on Twitter, on X, if you're not already. If you want to win more of these, here is the link to that. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's also throw this one in here. If you are ready to trade with a straight to funded account, you don't want to waste time in an eval, there's the link for Tradeify, 30% off running through the end of the day today. And if you're not in the free community, here is the link to the 100% free community. Boom. Whoa, that last one I didn't need. Oh, yeah. So that was, if you hopped on late, that was my trade of the day. It missed my take profit here by one single tick. Came all the way back to stop me at break even. Really just stopped me right at break even, and then come all the way back to run in profit. Frustrating beyond belief when that happens, but if you trade for long enough, you know that those are going to happen. 2 areas for improvement for sure that I'm going to journal. I always like to talk about this stuff, how that could have played differently and just paid me. Number 1 would have been more aware that we have the 5,900 level right below overnight high, and that yes, we have liquidity there. A couple ticks below that would have been even more conservative, higher probability if we're going to find resistance up here. Number 2 is not touching my stop loss. Actively managing my trades is something that I found I'm very good at. But here on ES, I have to go by the data, and the data is showing me that touching my stop loss, going stop loss to break even after we've moved significantly in profit, is not helping me. It's taking good trades out at break even rather than just letting them either come all the way back to stop me out or realize the full profit. So I'm likely going to continue to look to take profit quickly and not touch my stop loss to break even. Let the trade come all the way back on me, realize those full losses, because the amount of times now that I am allowing them to come back to stop me at break even is less beneficial than just getting stopped out completely. That comes down to data, comes down to journaling, comes down to reviewing. Going to be different for everybody, right? The big saying is never let a winner turn into a loser. I don't agree with that, and you got an example right there. And earlier this week where I had the same thing play out of, you know, that not helping. So in any event, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here today. Solid trading week. Frustrating because we didn't realize a couple of really nice trades that would have made this a multiple $1,000 week rather than, you know, just a small green week. But we'll see if I get some trading on into the afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Fun stream. Got the trade on. Really, really nice setup. Nice trade. Just was not able to capture it. Risk management. Trade management and take profit placement. So small tweaks. We'll try to avoid that from happening, but still going to happen, right? You're still going to get ticked out. You're still not going to have your take profit hit by one tick. The goal is to just not go on tilt afterwards or do something crazy because you're frustrated and the market's just being a pain in the ass to work with. In any event, guys, I will talk to you. Yes, I did announce the winners. You can scroll back. Lone Wolf, scroll back. Yeah, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. Remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Make sure you do your own research. Trading risky. Most traders lose money. Not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all for entertainment purposes only. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 and the affiliate partnership disclaimer. Along with that, have a great weekend. Appreciate you guys being here with me. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Hop in the free Discord. Hope to see you next week. I'll be live almost every day here for free, 9:30 a.m. Calling out bangers. Whether or not I can capitalize on them is going to be up to me and my trade management. So talk to you guys soon. Have an awesome weekend. Have a safe rest of the day trading. Trump is speaking at a certain point. And I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you then.